I would like to give a special nail addict shout out to Miss Black Sheep Does Nails, aka Steph, for commenting on my last video. I thank you for always supporting me, girl. Love you so much.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a hammer. You don't really know you.
Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So today I'm doing a gel set, and I'm going to show full prep and everything that I typically do when applying my gel nails. So first, you want to take a cuticle pusher and just gently push back your cuticles. I'm excited. Like, I know I said it in my last video, but I'm excited to get back into producing my videos. I'm gonna get a lot more products to actually review on my channel that I'm just curious about and that I have not tried. I've said this before, but I honestly am gonna get back into acrylic nails because I do feel like the E-Nail Couture monomer, the cotton candy monomer, is tolerable for me. I dabbled with it a little bit while I was on my break, and I think I'm ready. So we are going to get back into that as well. Just a lot of exciting content coming your way, so stay tuned. After I go in and push back my cuticles, now I'm using this cuticle bit, and I am just going around the cuticle to remove any of the dead skin that may be there. I've been using this bit a little bit more because I love it. It's very comfortable and it does pick up everything pretty nicely. Then I'm going to go in with a sanding band, a fine grit sanding band, and a mandrel, and just rough up the surface of my natural nail. And this does provide better adherence for the products that you are going to add on top. This sanding band is about a 180 grit that I'm using today. Once that's done, you want to dust off your nails, and now I'm going in with my Modelones Ones dehydrator, but you can use any dehydrator of your choice, obviously, or alcohol is also a really good dehydrator as well. And the dehydrator basically just lifts any oils or anything off of the nail bed. And now I'm going in with my primer and just priming over the nails. The primer helps again with adherence of the products to give a better hold. I did this step backwards because I typically like to do this first, but I did size out my nails to fit my nail beds. And now I'm going in with a mandrel and a sanding band, and I'm going to just etch the inside of each one of my full cover tips, again for better adherence. The reason why I like to do this step before prepping is because I have the primer on, and like the dust is flying from me etching the inside of the nail bed, and it is going to stick a little bit, and I hate that. So typically I do like to do this step first and then go on with my prep. But again, I was just too excited, so I just jumped right in. Today I'm going to be using my Savlon 6-in-1 nail glue. This is one of my favorite nail glues when doing the gel method, and I'm using my little Savlon flashy lamp to apply and flash on the nails. So I put a little bit of that 6-in-1 glue on my nail bed, and then I'm going to put enough into the nail, the actual nail tip, so that it goes from cuticle to free edge. So I'm going in at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to watch the gel go from cuticle to free edge, and then go underneath and cure for about 10 seconds to secure that on. So I am going to go ahead and actually repeat that over all of my nails, the same exact step. So I'm going to put a little bit on my natural nail, some into the full cover tip, and apply it on like so. cure them each for about 10 seconds, and then once they're all applied, I do give it a full 30-second cure in my lamp. And this is how the nails are looking after just being applied. I love these full cover tips. They're just a perfect nude tip. And they're Look Forever nail tips that I got off Amazon. I will have them linked down below. Next, I'm going in with my Pana 8080 grit hand file, and I'm just going to file the tips of the nail. There's always like a little tab there. You want to make sure that you file that nice and straight. So obviously you don't feel that as you're just wearing your nails. And if you want to, you can also, taper in the sides a little bit more, but I actually like how these nails come as is. Then I'm going back in with that mandrel and sanding band again, and I'm going to go around my cuticle edge just to make it more flushed to like my nail bed, and remove any spillage that may be there from curing on the nails. And this is typically the only time I use an e-file when doing Gel X, and you really don't even need an e-file. I'm sure you could do this with a hand file as well. I just feel like the e-file is a lot easier for the cleanup when there is spillage. And then lastly, I like to go in and buff over the full cover tip just to remove that shine, so I have a nice smooth surface for any nail art that I may want to do on my nails. So for today's set, y'all know I'm using my all-time favorite, Madam Glam, and Orchid Glam is the color of the day. I don't know what made me want to use this color. It's one that I gravitate to a lot. It's like right in an area where I can always grab it because it's just such a beautiful, vibrant purple. But I honestly feel like after doing the design, I should have used a lighter color. But it did still come out cute. So for my thumb, my index, and my pinky, I'm going to do a full nail of the Orchid Glam. Typically, when I'm going to do a full nail of a color, like with a gel polish, I'll use a clear nail tip, like a clear full cover tip, as opposed to the nude, because basically I'm wasting a good nude tip because you're not even getting to see the nude on the nail. But I have run out of clear long coffin nail tips, so I need to get more, which is why I am using my perfect nude tips. But again, I'm just going to do a full coat on those 3 nails, and then I'm going to give it a full 30-second cure in my lamp. So for my middle and my ring finger, I'm just gonna do like a half of this nail with Orchid Glam. So I'm gonna do or Orchid Glam. So I'm gonna like just do some kind of a swirl, not really any rhyme or reason for it, just to separate where I do want the color to be. And then I'm gonna fill in the half that I want to have the purple on it in entirety. And again, just repeat the same thing on my ring finger as well. This is such a gorgeous color. I just love it. But again, just looking at my nails now, I'm like, I wish I would have used a lighter shade for what I had in mind. But I'll let you be the judge of that. We're just gonna enjoy me applying this really beautiful color. And after I get the ring finger applied, I do give it a 30-second cure in my lip. So now I'm going to take a lint-free wipe with some alcohol and just wipe off the tacky layer that gel polish does leave behind. I really didn't need to do it for the middle finger and the ring, but I decided to. And I'm going in with my Murano nail foil glue because we're going to be applying some foils today. Y'all know foils are like some of my favorite. It's like a go-to when I think of a design, because you're gonna always get a very nice design with a good foil. So I applied some to my nail palette, and now I'm taking my nail art brush and I am just going in on my thumb and just making a line of the nail foil glue. Now you want to apply it very thin. So for this one, I went in way too thick with this nail foil glue, but it still turned out okay. But less is more when it comes to nail foil glue. I'm going to repeat the same thing on my index and my pinky as well, just making a solid line in the center of the nail on all three of those. And then for the middle and the ring finger, I'm actually just going to go in and fill that whole entire side with the nail foil glue. I just want to try something different. And if you know me, you know when I do apply my foils, I typically rarely ever apply like a whole nail with a foil. So typically you're gonna take your foil glue, you're gonna paint your entire nail, and then put a foil on it. I always like try to find ways to do a design, whether it's a French or something on the side like this. I feel like it's just a lot more unique. It looks better as opposed to just a whole nail with a foil. There's nothing wrong with a whole nail as a foil, because I do love those too, and I do those often. But if I can make like a little design out of it, or just like a little portion with that cute foil, I just feel like it looks so much better. Once I get the ring finger applied with the foil, I'm going to give all of my fingers a full 60-second cure in my lamp, because you do want to cure the nail foil glue for a full 60 seconds. And how I get a very nice transfer out of it is once I come out of the lamp for the 60 seconds, I wait an additional 30 seconds and then I apply the foil. So y'all know I'm a leopard lover. I love this pattern in all designs it comes in. So we'll be using some leopard foil for the design today. And I decided to use this one that I've already used so many times this summer. But I love it. And I'm going to just apply it over all of the areas where I did apply the nail foil glue. So at this point, I've waited the additional 30 seconds, and now I'm just going in and rubbing it on the nail foil glue areas. Typically, you can use like a silicone tool to rub it in, but I like to use my fingers. Ever since I started using my fingers, I also get a really good transfer, and I just rub, and the foil lets me know when it's ready to come up most times, and it just makes everything so much easier. So I'm just applying it again to all of those areas, and I'm just rubbing to remove and reveal a very nice transfer on each of the nails. And this is what the nails are looking like after all of the foil has been applied. Super cute, very, very nice. Now I'm going to go in and decorate a bit with these crystal rhinestones. I've been into these crystal clear ones a lot, and I'm going to use a few of the charms out of this container here as well. So I'm going in with my Makartt rhinestone glue, and I'm going to use the back of my rhinestone picker and apply some of that to the rhinestone picker. And then I'm going to go in on my thumb, index, and my pinky and just make dots. So as you see here, where I want the rhinestone glue to be, because I'm going to place just one crystal clear rhinestone on each one of the rhinestone glue dots that I make. Now, when I started here on the thumb, I thought about it after. I do also typically like to top coat my nails before certain rhinestone applications, like this one for instance, because I don't want to top coat over my rhinestones. And being that there's so many and they're going to be small, it's a possible, well, I am going to 100% have to top coat over them. So I did the thumb because I already had started it and I didn't want to waste my rhinestone glue. So I did do this one in entirety, as far as like placing all of the rhinestones on, and then I'm gonna give that a 30-second cure. But typically when I'm doing a design where there's a lot of smaller rhinestones, I like to top coat my nails first, so that once I apply the rhinestones, I don't have to go back in and try to top coat around them. So after I did the thumb, I did go back in and top coat all of my nails. And then I'm going to give this a 30-second cure, and then we'll go back in and finish up the actual design. So again, for the index and the pinky, the same thing. I'm using my Makartt rhinestone glue, making all of my dots, and then I'm going to apply the crystal clear rhinestones and give it a 30-second cure. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, I want to thank anyone for taking their time to watch my video. It's greatly appreciated, and watching my video to the end actually does help your girl out quite a bit. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family, and I thank you so much for joining me on my nail journey. And if you've been subscribed, new or old, I love you so much, and I'm extremely grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. And then for the middle finger, I'm going to go down the line with my Macart Rhinestone Glue and then make like a bigger blob in the center. And I'm going to use, like, again, 2 of the charms out of this kit. Just random. It wasn't really a rhyme or reason for what I chose. I just chose something that I felt would look good with the crystal clear rhinestones. And then I'm going to line the line with the small rhinestones all the way down and give this a 30-second cure in my lamp. And then I'm repeating the same thing on the ring finger, just with a different charm for the centerpiece, but basically placing the charm down and then lining up the line with all of my crystal clear rhinestones and giving that a 30-second cure. At this point, the set is complete. Off camera, I apply some cuticle oil and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here's the finished set. Super cute, but again, I feel like the leopard was being drowned out by that beautiful purple, so it should have been something a little bit lighter to bring it out. But in person, I definitely love them oh so much. But comment down below and let me know what you think of the set. And if you've made it this far into the video, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you all for joining today, and I'll see you in my next one. Remember to be the very best you that you can be, and much love to you all.